So next question here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to read the question sentence, and it says, how many hours remain for the other tasks? Okay, sounds good. So we're going to just highlight that again. How many hours remain? So before I even, get into the fractions part of this, is it safe to say, everybody, is it safe to say that we may be subtracting here to figure out how much time remains? Is that fair to say? Yeah, I think so. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the information. It says a worker has a 5-hour shift and she spends this much time on a break and this much time in training. How many hours remain for other tasks? Okay, so it sounds like we're saying, hey, we have this 5-hour shift and we want to take away the time that we spend on the break and the time that we spend on training. Everybody, before I even get into this, I'm going to show you how straightforward this problem can be if you have your fundamentals set with fractions. Everybody, quick question. If I go ahead and subtract 3 and then I subtract 2, everybody, if I subtract 3 and I subtract 2, that's the same as just subtracting what in all? Yeah, that's the same as subtracting 5. Again, subtracting 3, then subtracting 2, that's the same as subtracting 5. Because think about it. If you're subtracting, that's like saying I'm going to go backwards 3, then backwards another 2. That means you've looked or moved back by 5. So when we think about that up here, everybody, really quick, because we already have the same denominators, guess what? If I'm subtracting 3 out of 5 and then 2 out of 5, everybody, that's the same as subtracting what? If I'm subtracting 3 out of 5, then 2 out of 5, subtracting both of those back to back is the same as just subtracting 5 out of 5. It's the same. It's the same exact thing. Now, how does that help us? Well, let me just move this out of the way. The reason that this helps us is because, my party people, what is 5 divided by 5? 5 over 5 ends up turning into what, everybody? A whole number. And what whole number specifically? That's going to be 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. So this just turns into 5 hours minus 1 hour. And that means we have 4 hours remaining for other tasks. And that's where answer choice A comes about as being the correct answer. Now, my party people, before I get into the next problem, I want to show you a different way of doing the same exact problem, but uses the same exact idea. Watch this. Watch this. I got you. I know. So let me go ahead and show you the other way here. So the other way is, let's say we have the 5 minus 3 over 5 minus 2 over 5. This is something that I like to do. Everybody, quick question. Is it true that, let's go ahead and say 2 over 2, is that equal to 1? Can y'all confirm that or deny that real quick? Yeah, that's the same thing, right? 2 over 2 is 1. All right, next. Is 3 over 3 also equal to 1, everybody? Yes or no? Awesome, sounds good. All right, how about 4 over 4, everybody? Is 4 over 4 equal to 1? Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, one final question. Is 5 over 5 equal to 1? Absolutely. I think you guys all see the pattern here, right? The same number over itself is equal to 1 every single time. Look at how we're going to take advantage of that right over here. Take a look. Let me just make this slightly smaller so I can just show you all the room here. So watch. I'm going to take this 5 and I'm going to split it into 4 and 1. Why did I do that? Well, because, everybody, if I want to subtract these fractions, I can do one neat little thing. Everybody, if I wanted to write the 1 as a denominator of 5, take a look at what we just said here. I can write 1 as what over what? Everybody tell me. I can write 1 as what divided by what to help me out here. What's the denominator that I want? That denominator that I want is 5. Absolutely is. So if I wanted to turn this 1 into a fraction out of 5, what's the number that I'm going to put up here automatically? Think about what we just said here, everybody. We can write 1 as anything over itself. So if I have 5 in the denominator, yeah, that's a 5 in the numerator because 5 divided by 5, everybody, that's 1. Right here, let me write that and show you one more time. 5 divided by 5 is 1. The reason that I chose 5 is right here. These fractions. I want to subtract these fractions, so I'm going to give myself exactly what I need, the exact denominator. Could I have done 2 over 2 or 3 over 3 or 4 over 4? Yeah, those are all still correct. But the best one is 5 out of 5 because that's the same denominator as what we have. If you did 5 over 1, that's not true because 5 over 1, that's 5. So yeah, if you turn this into 5 over 1, sure, that's fine. Because you can then manipulate the denominator and then subtract. That's cool. But 1 is not 5 over 1. 1 is 5 over 5, 4 over 4, 3 over 3, etc. So let me go ahead now and just show you how this can help us solve the problem. Let me just delete that momentarily. And so we have 4 plus 5 over 5 minus 3 over 5 minus 2 over 5. Help me out, everybody. We have the same denominators here. So what is 5 minus 3? Help me, everybody. 5 minus 3 is going to give me 2. And now that I'm at the 2, what's 2 minus 2? 2 minus 2 is what? 2 minus 2 is 0. And so guess what? All of this cancels out. 5 minus 3 minus 2 is 0. 0 out of 5? That's 0. And so there we are. The final answer is still going to be 4. So there are two ways that we took care of that: by combining these two fractions in the beginning or splitting a 1 off of the whole number. That way we could just focus on that part there. My party people, again, there it is. The correct answer is A, 4 hours. All right, here we go. So the question reads, we're going to be solving over here. We're going to be solving 5 parentheses x plus 8 equals 3 multiplied by parentheses x plus 2. So we have this setup going, and we clearly have a parentheses on either side. We also have a variable on either side. We also have constants and coefficients, again, on either side. So this can definitely feel a little tricky, but let's work on this again, one step at a time. So here, first things first, I'll distribute to get rid of these parentheses. 5 multiplied by x is 5x. 5 multiplied by 8 is 40. Next up on the right side, we'll distribute again, giving us 3 times x, and then 3 multiplied by 2, giving us 6. So now that we're here, what I'm going to do here is clean things up. Let's bring the terms together. So I'm going to bring the 3x over to the left, or I can move the 5x to the right. It's your choice. Your choice. Just be consistent and you'll be fine. I'll choose to keep my variables positive, so I'll go ahead and subtract the 3x. Because when I do that, you'll notice that we have a positive 2x plus 40. Where on the right side it cancels out and leaves us with a 6. Now from here, what we'll do is we're going to get the x by itself by first subtracting 40 on both sides. And this is where folks might feel, hey, negatives, I don't like that. No worries. 6 minus 40 is the same as 40 minus 6. Just keep it negative because the 40 is bigger. 40 minus 6 is 34. Keeping it negative, negative 34. So lastly, the last step we'll take is divide by 2 on either side, and we're done. We end up getting x equals 34 divided by 2, which is 17, but it's going to be a negative 17 because a negative divided by a positive is a negative. And that's what makes the correct answer here. Answer choice A, negative 17, and we're all done with this one.